Good afternoon. This is Michael from Private Pook Games, fresh off of trying to nab a closer, cheaper room for Gen Con in the housing block today. So was not successful in doing that. It does look like there's some stuff left, just not stuff better than I was already able to get for myself. So if you're trying to get housing right now for Gen Con, good luck to you with that. Maybe it'll go better for you. The good news is, even though I didn't get a cheaper, closer to the conference hall room for Gen Con, I did get this delivered a couple days ago. This is HOPLOMACHUS VICTORUM. I hope I'm saying it right. This is a game that is actually a couple years old, so why am I doing an unboxing for it? Well, they have this new expansion, Pandora's Ruin. I went ahead and got the pledge. That comes with mostly all this stuff, all the gameplay stuff for HOPLOMACHUS VICTORUM. There was also in the same Game Found, I think it was Game Found campaign. There was a whole bunch of content for HOPLOMACHUS Remastered, which is, my understanding. I haven't played either of them yet. This is one of the reasons I'm excited. But my understanding is HOPLOMACHUS Remastered is like the core system. HOPLOMACHUS VICTORUM is specifically for solo play. That's why I gravitated to this one. I really wanted to try it out, and so when this Kickstarter came out, it seemed like a great time to get into it. So I'm going to unbox this because it does include new content you might not have seen unboxed before, or at least not when the game was originally released. The pledge I got came with the core box, which we'll start with. Then we have Pandora's Ruin, which is the main expansion. There is also this little mini expansion, I don't know. Me and the Fool, person who cannot pronounce the name, and the Fool. So I don't know, honestly, if this one's new, but I do know that this is new. And then I ended up springing for a couple extra things that we will look at too. But let's start with the core box. Oh, actually, no. Let's start with all this cool packing stuff that I got. As long as I got it, and I don't have much to do with it, let's make a tower out of it. Why? Because it's my video. I can make a tower if I want. All right. Count down with me. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. Now that we're done being ridiculous, let's actually unbox the game. Let's clear this off. Ooh. Packed with Joy by Minnesota Tim. That's what it looks like to me. I'm sure that's not what it says, but that's what it looks like. Let's break this plastic. I'm very excited to try this because Chip Theory Games has been historically just pretty wonderful with solo gameplay, even for games that are not structured for solo. My current favorite game by them, one of my top 5 probably of all time, is Cloudspire, which just has absolutely amazing solo scenarios. I know the game was designed to be sort of more of a MOBA, but I personally couldn't imagine trying to teach someone that game, so I've really found that it's a much more enjoyable game on your own, playing these scenarios, which are these cool little puzzles. Alright, let's go ahead, and these are all going over here. I can clean those up later. Alright, let's start with the big box. Or you know what? I'll have it face me so I actually can describe what I'm looking at. While I'm getting this open, I also want to mention I have a new rig I'm working with. I'm hoping the sound will be better. I'm hoping the camera and lighting will be better. If you do notice, if you've watched one of my past videos and you notice that it looks a little better, please let me know. I'd love some feedback. If you think it looks worse, please let me know it all as well. All right, so we got a how to play, which is very Chip Theory-ish. They give you a how to play book. Sometimes they'll give you like a getting started, a learn to play. It doesn't look like that's the case so far with this one. Scion epilogues. I'm still trying to wrap my head around, is the Scion the person you play, I believe, and then each chapter or game session you fight a Primus, which to me just makes me think of Slapbase and Les Claypool, but apparently it's, originally from this. Wouldn't be a Chip Theory game without a whole bunch of skill lists for your units. I know one of the big things that sometimes people don't like when they're trying to get into Chip Theory games is there's these really, really, really long keyword lists. I'm going to be honest, like Cloudspire is my favorite, but that is a very dense keyword list. I totally understand. Cards that I believe... Oh, for Scions. So here's different cards for Scions. I don't believe there's any spoilers in this. You can see it's got a little bit of theming. You can see the words like Pluto and... well, I thought this was going to be stuff I knew, but Divisepid, don't know what it says. Kamazats. Ooh. Bat Boy. I like it. And I thought it was going to be a little more. Oh, here we go. That's a little more mythology themed. I was looking at some of these, and maybe they are mythology themed, but they're not names that I personally recognize. So we'll put these back over here. Ooh, game mats, battle mats. One of the things I've been loving in Elder Scrolls that I thought was really a nice advantage over Too Many Bones is having bigger battle maps, having range. Attacks not being so overpowered like they are in Too Many Bones sometimes. So these are very cool, nice and neoprene. They're all double-sided, I believe. So, you know, I'm not planning to spill water on anything, but if I do, I'm not too worried. Here is the hero cards. I have this horrible, horrible fear of ever using anything consumable in a game, which is part of why I sprung for this. So let's actually go ahead and show. This is the Premium Hero Tracker map. I sprung for this because I just knew that would be something I'd like. So I'm going to cut in the order of this. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's stop this box for a second and let's look at the Premium Hero Tracker map. So it comes with a neoprene mat that I can see is not going to be that much of a table hog, which is nice. I don't mind table hogs, but sometimes it's nice not to have to worry about that. Comes with metal trackers, which I'm actually looking forward to. I have the plastic ones with Elder Scrolls. I did put in a pre-order for the metal ones. I'm kind of looking forward to trying those out, seeing how they work, and if they're actually worth springing for. I sprung for them here, so we'll see how it goes. Very cool. I'm excited to use this. I think it'll be an awesome extra bonus so I don't have to use my consumables. I literally will photocopy these because I just don't like running out of things with my games. I like them to be in resettable condition. Here's something kind of cool. These are much thicker chips than normal Chip Theory chips. So for instance, ooh, nice draw bags. Someone had asked on my previous video, is it the plastic bags that you got with Elder Scrolls, or is it the more velvety ones? This one is a nice bag. I did not spring for the higher quality ones because I've been so pleased with the regular bags they give in all their games. I don't really see any need to keep adding more. I want to open one of these up. Oh, this comes with a little topper on it. That's a little different than what they usually give. So I'm going to open up just one of these. I don't think it makes sense to open up every single one because that's a long video. But I do want to just really quickly compare these regular unit chips. So if I take one of these and compare them to this, you can see I have 4 chips. I don't know if you can tell that on the video. I know the autofocus seems to be overacting today. I don't know if you can see that, but these 4 chips, I'm not sure if they're Scions or some other sort of Quest chip. These are very, very thick. They feel pretty good in your hand, too. So it's interesting to note that these are probably very, very, very important chips. And it is Chip Theory games, so here's some more. These are the health chips. I know they have red and blue. And I think the reason why is because blue, and it's not like blue's worth a different amount. It's different units and either different factions, or like one side uses blue, one side uses red. Sorry for clearing my throat. I've had a really bad cough that's I thought was gone, but clearly is not. That means this is a good time to open up the premium health chips. Premium health chips are certainly not necessary, but I got them for Cloudspire, and I gotta be honest, it is really nice. All your stuff doesn't fall over. It feels nice in your hands, but it's not even just an aesthetic thing. Everything balances a little better. You don't have those big issues where you're trying to work with units or characters and then all of it spills and you got to figure out whose health goes with who. That doesn't happen all the time with the regular health chips, but it is really hard to go back, I'm going to be honest, once you've had the premium ones. Lots of cards. Very, very cool. We got opportunity cards. We have sport cards. Bloodshed cards. Oh, bloodshed. Bloodshed. Hoo-ah-hoo. For anyone who remembers that song from the 90s. Special proud. Oh, got little, I'm assuming these are standard American size. Not that I'm going to sleeve these. I like sleeving games, but, you know, Chip Theory games cards are PVC. You could spill water on them and you can bend them. Nothing much happens. Looks like some of these ones go with, go with particular heroes. I'm assuming these go with particular scions that match the art that are on these. That's my assumption. Then we have special prowess cards. I guess I'll find out what those are. Cool. Yeah, I don't need there to be a mythology theme, but so far I'm liking the art in it. We don't need to put that back in there. Let's just... That's one of the things about PVC cards. They're really convenient, except when they slip out of your hands. So I'm actually glad that happened, because that is worth talking about. More chips. Ooh, more health chips. A few more health chips and more status chips, I believe. We'll go ahead and keep that to the side. We already looked at these. Ooh, another thick chip. Oh, what's this? A metal V. Or 5. I'm assuming it's a V since it's Victorum. But yes, be interesting to see what that's all about. It's a nice, heavy little token. I'm going to clear up some of these cards, and then the rest I'm just going to have to count later and make sure I didn't lose them. Lots of dice. Very good quality dice. These actually remind me a little bit of the 20 strong dice. I'm one of the few people who actually did not connect with 20 strong. I wish I had, because I love solo gaming. That is another solo game specifically for that. I just didn't connect with it. You can kind of see their symbols on it, but the different colors, and in particular, like the sort of like crystally glass look they have reminds me very much of 20 Strong's dice. And more really big, thick chips. And I'm now noticing for the first time that all of them have art alone on one side and then stats on the other. So I'm assuming that means this is going to in some way be either scions or important characters. Probably scion chips. Alright, there's this thing. What is this? Ooh. Oh, this is a tray for holding a lot of your chips and just in cards and just different stuff while you're generally playing. I believe that this goes at one end. This would like go far away from you, and then this big old mat, which I think is the last thing we have in here before we move on. This big old mat is like the main, I'm not sure if it's the main, I think it's the main world mat, main status. So if you look at it, oh, it's really long. Oof. I would say this was very long, but I've actually been seeing pictures of the Elder Scrolls premium mat, which people are, it's literally like 5 feet long. Wow, people were not expecting it to be that big. This one you can see, has the map at the bottom and has some other things you could track on it. The ways in which you'll do that I'll know a little more of after I read the How to Play book. So I'm not going to get this back in that plastic, though I do like to keep them generally in the plastic. I don't want you viewers to have to watch that, so let's move on to other things. We looked at the premium health. Let's see. Put you somewhere flat where I'm not going to worry about anything getting messed up. Alright. Let's go ahead and check out Pandora's Ruin, the expansion. See what this looks like. Let's see what we got here. Got a little packing dust on myself. All right, first, so we have our rule book, which is obviously significantly shorter than the regular how to play book. So, excuse me. I did want to read here. It says, this is just a general description of what it is. Pandora's Ruin brings a wealth of new content to the world of HOPLOMACHUS Victorum, adding to the vast options offered by the core game. This expansion features new scions, new arena rules, new Primus events, Scion-specific events, and an expedited play mode. So I guess for some folks who didn't want to do the whole campaign, that's there. To me, a 4-session campaign, even though that's one more than Elder Scrolls, seems like a very short campaign. I don't think I'll mind that. Then again, one of my things I've noticed about Massive Darkness 2, which is a game I do like, is sort of like a quick fun one, is I don't like their campaign. I would rather do that one as a one-shot, despite the fact that I prefer campaign games usually. So we got the Chaos Dragon and more stuff. We have new Argonauts. I don't want to get too much into this. This looks like it might have some spoilers. We have a dice tray. Nice. We have... I thought this was... It's a little bit different than the one that comes with the core game. So I'm not sure what the main difference is, if that's just because they have different modes maybe, but it's kind of neat to see that. The cards that come with this are a little bit different. I'm not sure if it's to reflect different modes of gameplay or if it's to simplify it maybe, but that's cool to see that the expansion has something a little bit different. Okay, we got chips as always. Oop. I'm still not used to this being in the top of these. I'm not used to them having it. I don't mind it, but just not used to it. Some more Scion chips, more unit chips. Ooh, Cerberus. I gotta show that because a 3-headed dog is always cool. Awesome. More monsters. I'm still not 100% sure. I think the colors of the chips represent just different, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, not factions, not tribes, but different, like, classes of characters you can recruit. I know that it's a solo game, but you can get a lot of different people who you can recruit to be in your party. And then that's the main core stuff here. Oh, there's something on the bottom. Well, first, there's a bunch of cards. So a lot of different event cards. This one says something. Primus cards. We got, see, I can't hold on to cards apparently. More opportunity and sport cards, just like in the base game. A box that has nothing. I'm sure it will have something at some point, and then another box that has something. Special prowess cards and yeah, well, it sounds like more special prowess, which I'm assuming are some sort of powers. And then at the very bottom of this box we have, I'm going to keep these all together. I don't want to mix up expansions. But I do want to see that this one here, Mercury's Boots. I'd seen something about this when reading the campaign, but I'm honestly still not sure exactly how this works. It looks like it's some different way of tracking it. I'm assuming Mercury's Boots is the different gameplay mode that is designed to be a little bit shorter and briefer if you're looking for something that's not going to take up multiple days. Alright, well that's it. That's that expansion. I'm going to see if I can pack this up as best I can. I definitely want to really jump into the main game on its own before I start trying to go nuts with an expansion. I want to understand the game itself before we do that. Then we have 2 more things and then we're done. We have Aprilis, I don't know. Aprilis and the dude who couldn't pronounce Aprilis's name. This is looks like a little mini expansion. Apparently it expands on my ability to open packages since I'm struggling with that. Let's see. Open you. Ooh, packing dust. I'd rather have packing dust than have it not get damaged, which it has not. So I'm gonna do it. Do the shake. Sometimes with these boxes that are really, really tight and thin, you gotta treat it like a prize machine or like a vending machine. There we go. So, HOPLOMACHUS, the God's wine. I don't know what that is, but I know here's Aprilis, I don't know, a self-proclaimed champion of lost causes. Yeah, like my ability to pronounce their name, that's a lost cause. A couple new chips, one of which is the super thick one, so it sounds like that's a new Scion. Ooh, 2 new Scions and accompanying chips. And then a couple cards. So this one truly is a micro expansion. It wasn't much. I glad it was included. It sounds like it's just a nice little quick thing to do. And then lastly, because everybody loves promos, some promos. So this one says HOPLOMACHUS promo, the Forge micro expansion. Awesome. Let's see if I can get this out. See what these promos look like. Alright, so we have a card. It's an opportunity card. I know it is because it says so. Oh, come on, plastic, do your thing. It is, oh, more than one opportunity card. So it is a Forge of the Lion and Foul Nemesis card. 2 different opportunity cards. I'm not sure if that's a spoiler, so I don't want to show it too close. But I did want anyone who was curious about them to know what exactly are the promos. I know that at Gen Con last year, Chip Theory had a lot of their promos on sale, so maybe it's something you'd want to grab. And then lastly, these 3 chips, which it looks like are a tactic chip, a unit chip called Farouk the Smith, and then a unit chip that is called Fishback. So very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this, guys. If I can get this to the table soon, I'll put in a review of it. I know that it's not by any means a new game, so maybe the review will be embraced, maybe it won't. But my thought is there's new content for it, so it's worth exploring. Other than that, thank you so much. Please hit the subscribe button and let me know if the audio sounded better, if the video sounded better, if the audio or video sounded worse. You know, without trolling, please. No need to troll, but let me know your thoughts on that, and thank you so much for watching.